morning, viewers, beautiful Nigerians from diaspora and within the country. My name is Morire Rabila Lawal. It's another edition of your program, which we call Newspaper Headlines from BGI TV Current. As usual, we always come from Monday till Friday, possibly, bringing out the varieties of headlines on our dailies. Ige, how was the weekend and family?
It was a wonderful one. It's a pleasure this morning to all our viewers around the world. My name is Ige or Lalekon. We enjoy you to sit tight as we have come today to bring you the news as it unfolds on the daily newspaper in Nigeria. So we are looking at the paper review for this morning. Once again, you are welcome.
I'm having the Punch newspaper this morning and with some riders which is printed on it. But there is one which is coming from the angle of major people from the northern part of the country talking about the invasion, probably invasion that could happen if finally President Tinubu gets everything working for ECOWAS and soldiers from Nigeria to support removing the coup plotters in Niger after forcing or ousting the democratically elected president. Some people are yearning. Some people have been giving advices to President Tinubu, like the one I got from Bode George. He kept on talking about he is a retired army general, and you can't wish Nigeria at this time to finance the movement of our army into Niger because of the cost and hardship of fellow Nigerians. Fine, but George, I talked and I see senses from what he had said. And all the same, it's a warning to the president because the hardship within Nigeria is not a smiling thing. And let's go straight to the first rider on the Punch newspaper this morning. Bank shareholders protest as directors borrow 113 billion naira. Influx of smuggled textiles killed 150 local companies, TEA. On this one, smuggled textiles. Nigeria used to produce sophisticated textiles because of the raw materials which we have in the country. But now, we are having 150 local companies killed by the influx of smuggled textiles into the country. It is a shame. It is a shame. Moving on to the next one, Niger. ECOWAS leaders meet as 7-day ultimatum ends. You are aware about this, the Junta in Niger, which took over power again.
Exactly.
And right now, ECOWAS leaders are meeting as they've given 7-day ultimatum to the Junta to reinstate the ousted president. Do you have any talk about this?
Well, thank you, Moriri. From the report I got during the weekend, I discovered that if this situation is not handled amicably, it could lead to maybe I should call it the Third World War, because of the reason that if you look at it now, at the situation as at present, this plotter coup in Niger Republic is going to a level whereby it has polarized the world as a whole. Because you see that while the Western world, I mean the American and the Europeans, are clamoring for support, as in going ahead with ECOWAS to make sure that they remove the juntas from power. If you look at the other way around, you will see that both China and Russia are looking other way side. They are in support of what Mali and Burkina Faso are saying. And Burkina Faso and Mali at the same time are trying to help Niger Republic Junta to get ammunition and mercenaries from Russia. If you look at that, I think the ECOWAS need to really work very hard to make sure that there is a dialogue. They should sit around the table to see how they can sort things out amicably.
All right, the next one on the Punch newspaper. Foreign airlines repatriate over $4 billion in 15 months. And next right on the read. Lagos-London fares 49% higher than Accra-London, 162% higher than Cotonou-London. Nigeria Air Project stalls, airfares skyrocket over foreign exchange shortage. And there are figures of the percentages on flights, foreign airlines operations. Private schools will suspend bus services. Private schools will suspend bus services, raises fees, NAPPS, I beg your pardon. If governments are saying they want to give out bus services on a free note about it, and some schools are saying they just want to raise fees, I wonder what they want parents to go through. It's just a funny thing about Lincoln, you know. Suspected land grabbers shoot 3 in Ogun community invasion. This is where I want to charge the new commissioner of police in Edo State and the PPRO to double efforts by making sure that any miscreants tags himself as miscreants and his thugs, they need to be arrested and prosecuted. Lastly, I have an elevator tragedy that killed a nurse who was supposed to end there's this practicals that they do. I've forgotten the term in medical line. Lagos sacks facility managers, suspends agency GM. The elevator got mechanical fault, and according to the protest of these doctors, they claimed that they've been yarning, calling for urgent repair, but unfortunately, the wrong thing happened, that the elevator failed mechanically and, you know, dropped on the late doctor, whose body was rushed into the emergency trying to survive, and she was heard speaking that she needs help. They shouldn't allow her to die, but unfortunately she died, and investigation is ongoing. And Lagos State government, they have sacked facility managers, suspend agency for such occurrence. These are the beautiful riders today on the Punch newspaper. What have you, Ige?
Okay, before I take you on what I have from the dailies this morning, Muriri, let me quickly bring you to this awareness, and at the same time I want to get your view on it. Let's put things in proper perspective first. Now, when we look at the situation that is going on in Niger Republic presently, the report I got from some of the findings I made during the weekend was that if you look at it, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken a bold step that, okay, ECOWAS will go ahead to intervene in the situation in Niger Republic. And I think I want to support the president, because if you look at what happened in the North Africa the other time, the Arab Spring, you discover that this was exactly how it started in Tunisia, and before you know it, it spread across other North African countries, and that was why they were able to ousted all their leaders as at that point in time. Now, when we look at the situation of coup plots in Africa, you come to realize that, you know, when it's happening in a particular country, other countries use that avenue to make sure that they also perpetrate the same thing to ousted their president.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, a particular opinion leader from the north, Usman Yusuf, was saying that no, that any war against Niger Republic is a war against northern Nigeria.
How?
Now, what do you think? Because I feel President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking the right step by, you know, having a summit with the ECOWAS that, okay, we can't just sit tight and be looking at what is going on in Niger Republic.
Yeah.
But if Nigeria, where we have border, the various states that has border with Niger Republic are now saying that no, they don't support what the state, the federal government wants to take in respect of that. What do you think? Don't you think is it possible for a house to start fighting against itself?
Yeah, the thing is logical. They have been talking with the juntas, okay, and the general who chose himself to be the president of Niger ahead of the democratically elected president.
Okay.
Now, why they are clamoring for these talks is that majority of the northern states shares borders with Niger. Now, their fear is this, logically, if Nigeria's soldiers get engaged with the juntas, and Niger happens to be the African country with the largest landmass, they can penetrate into these northern states in Nigeria, firing missiles, to mention a few. So these are just the fears. But I tell you, no matter how the Nigerian army wants to enter Niger, there's going to be a very professional approach. And I believe everything will go accordingly as planned. But war against war does not yield results. That is my take.
Okay. Even if you look at it, like just what Usman Yusuf also said, although when we talk about coup in Africa, it might come as a result of the fact that maybe those administration in powers at a point in time have not been able to really demonstrate democracy, as in terms of giving the people the expected dividends of democracy. But notwithstanding, just like a saying that, you know, that a civilian is more better than a military, that is from the perspective of the citizenry. But I think at the same time, you know, if not for the fact that the situation is very tense in the Niger Republic presently, I think the people's opinion should be sick. Do they really want the military in power, or they want their president to be restored back? Because when you look at it now, if the situation is not managed very well, I see things getting out of hand, and it could result to war at the end of the day. What's your take on that?
We can't actually speculate it will turn to war, or talk about the fact that if it's not managed. Like I said earlier, I happen to say that this thing is logical. It's going to be a military versus military thing if it eventually happens. And mind you, if China and Russia are supporting the juntas because of one thing, it means there is a bilateral agreement between the juntas and these countries, from Russia and China. Definitely, they want split of power already. Likewise, what Russia started with Ukraine, I think sometimes last year. All of these things, we just pray it shouldn't escalate into any grievous killings recklessly. But I believe everything's going to be handled logically. So I still believe that even if President Bola Tinubu gets the support to wage war against the juntas, before this war, there's going to be another roundtable talk with these juntas before eventualities. Let me just say that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me just quickly take you on this. Presently today, there's a lot of anxiety in Edo State. The current governor of Edo State, Obaseki, is plotting and planning at the same time to impeach his deputy, Shuaibu. They've been having a lot of issues at hand. But let us not forget that exactly this same case happened between Obaseki and his predecessor, Adam Oshiomole. But if you look at it, this thing is now coming to a kind of a situation whereby it has now become a normality in Nigeria, whereby both the governor and their deputies will always have issue, despite the fact that they are from the same political party. What is your take on that?
Wọ́n tanra wọn, ẹ jẹ́ kán máa tanra wọn. Obaseki, ohun tó ṣe fún Adam tó ṣí ọmọlẹ̀ náà ló ti ń rí. That is my take on it. Because it is what you do that you get. It is what you do that you get. Obaseki is now wanting to use his office to intimidate the deputy governor. If you're having any differences, let the people of the state check the records of the deputy governor. If truly he's been violating or cross-carpeting from his political party to another political party. So they should stop this nonsense fighting. Rather, do the needful for the Edo State people. Imagine a time when the convoy of the governor got trapped in a particular area of Edo State. The flood was so much, and the people of Edo State began to use their phones to record and say, that is the jeep that the governor is. If he had built road for us in their language, if you say Obaseki don't do road for us now, share this flood go do like this. Imagine all of these things. Nigeria is such a country that the governors feels they are in that position just for themselves, not for the people who voted you in. It is wrong now. Travel. Lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó di gbogbo yóò dánmọ́rán ìrìn àjò àwọn títí ìlú wa ojú gbogbo tiwa ṣe wá dàbí death trap, because I see no reason why all of this is happening. I see no reason why all of this is happening.
Or maybe we can say that they are trying to refine the definition or the theory of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of America, when he says that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And just like what you say now, that they are trying to say that democracy is the government of themselves, for themselves,
That is it.
and for themselves.
That is it.
Okay, let's see. Now, Morire, let's quickly take a look at this. If you look at Nigeria, should we say that our leaders, they are negligent, or they are putting their deaf ear on so many things? Look at what happened at the General Hospital at Odo in Lagos, the elevator facility that breaks down and killed one of the doctor over there. Now, they say Lagos State SAC facility manager suspended agency GM. Now, one of the reports we got was that the doctors that works in that general hospital had been saying that they've been calling the attention of the management to the lift, that this lift has been malfunctioning and things like that. But maybe could we say it was as a result of that not being diligent or negligent that led to the death of someone? Or what did you see to that?
It's so simple that yes, nothing is working in Nigeria as a system. If everything is working, the people expected to check on these mechanisms most times for repair, for maintenance, fail to do their job. And each time these doctors request their attention, they always shrug it off. They always ignore it. But the truth about it is that it's so painful that yes, we lost a diligent doctor who was supposed to finish everything in 2 weeks and be certified a professional doctor. May I so rest in peace.
Amen.
And I am so happy that yes, the GM and the people expected to have done the right thing are under investigation, and possibly prosecution will happen.
Okay, let me just quickly take us through the headline I have with me from the newspaper, even though we've discussed some of it. From the Nigerian Tribune, from the masthead, I have this: Immigration, DSS, Army on alert at Nigerian's border. Couple excretes 184 wraps of cocaine, women hides drugs in private parts. Football coach allegedly kill ex-lover in Ondo, removes intense tie. If you want to get more on that, you go through the Nigerian Tribune for the day. Then I also have this below. I have Lagos SAC facility manager suspend agency GM. And from the Vanguard newspaper, from the masthead, I have this: Niger Republic, Catholic Bishop, JNI, AANI, others say no to military intervention. And the bold headline there, we have manufacturers borrow 1.8 trillion naira to survive in HI-23. Then below, I have Obaseki, Shuaib feud, anxiety suspend as Edo Assembly seat today. Ex-Governor Matawali successor Lawal at war over insecurity. Morire, any other people from your end there?
I usually come with a punch, and all of the riders are so significant that yes, we should pick a copy and read from it. And this is Alpha. We're going to have it on today's newspaper headline from AGI TV Currents. From my side, I wish all Nigerians to have a very good time ahead. Today is the 7th day in the month of August 2023. And may the Lord usher us His blessings always.
Amen. And as we are running up, Morire, please let me quickly take you on this. What is your expectation towards Nigerian match today?
I wish them all the best. Okay. Because this will be the 5th time or 3rd or 4th time we're meeting. And Nigeria had enjoyed 2 victories before. So I'm wishing them all the best. I think they should have played the first half now.
Okay. Okay, all our viewers around the world, it's a pleasure once again giving you out as it unfolds on the paper review for this morning. My name remains Ige or Lalekon. And in case you are just joining us, please, you watch BGI TV Current, you subscribe, you click and you like, And as you do, you get more of our details and information. If you enjoyed this today, please kindly join us tomorrow for another edition of the Paper Review. Once again, I wish you good luck and a lovely day. Bye-bye.